Decay here today with our episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we're back to, well, work a bit more on the Ice Age stuff. Again. Because of course. But yeah, anyway, I've made a few changes since last episode, mainly to the structure of the pathways. I moved this one over a bit, started digging that direction a bit, and kind of redid this. I think I also lowered the path by a block, just to kind of give myself a bit more space, because there's a bit less space than I realized I had to deal with. But yeah, other than that, everything is kind of working out quite well. Also, I realized we have this, and this is a very interesting little spot that I like the look of. That could be interesting to do something with. I will say some things that are going to definitely happen. One, I'm probably gonna create like some sort of artificial rock wall, kind of like we've been doing over there. Oh gosh, my voice is kind of like, All right, there we go. Now that I've cleared my throat, that's a bit better. But yeah, so like we have the artificial rock wall over there. I might artificially extend something between these two, kind of make this a bit more of a mountain, which will also allow me to somewhat raise the ground here, I think. But I would kind of like to leave this hole here, because I think it's kind of an interesting look. And we could do something cool with it, maybe like fossils, maybe we could put a tar pit down there, something like that. Do something really cool with it. I think that would be awesome. What else is there? So today's goal, what is today's goal? Today's main goal, I think, is going to be to work on the Megaloceros exhibit and hopefully get it finished for today. Yeah, I'd like to finish the whole exhibit today, get them in, and do all that. I have a couple of minor goals, though, I might work on as well this episode, just because, I don't know, I feel like it'd be fun to get them done. One would be, I'd like to finish the grass work on here, kind of get that all connected up, maybe start working a bit more on the pathways, getting the tunnel going that direction, and surprisingly, actually go work on some stuff back in the dinosaurs section of the park, in the dinosaur park, because we've kind of neglected it a bit, and maybe do some decorations and stuff as well. Oh, I did one other thing. This was super minor, but I realized this little indent I made last episode, I don't know, it just looked really cool, and I was like, why not put some water down there and kind of fill it in with plants? Because I also realized, and this kind of feeds now into how I want to decorate this area, because I wasn't really sure how I was going to do the transition from what is very much a kind of like temperate forest kind of thing to what will be like a snowy plateau slash boreal forest or taiga biome. And I was really trying to figure out how to get that transition to work real well, but I'm kind of realizing there is something I know very well from mostly just because of geography, and I like geography. But when you have really big snow-capped mountains like this, and especially during the winter when it gets real cold, you know, it'll snow tons up here. But then in the spring, when it starts to get really warm, what you have is these basically snow rivers, like these rivers of melted snow that start coming down the mountains and and coming down into the low-lying areas. And I think that would be super cool to do over here, especially because it's like the end of this hill, and we already have a river like that kind of heading over towards the Platybelodons, but it would mean that if we have a lot of low-lying areas here, they would probably have little temporary swamp-like little ponds, like we have over here, and I think that would be super cool to do a lot of. So it's kind of like there is like this climate kind of change between this mountainous area up here where we have all the snow and stuff, and the more temperate environment down below. Plus, it also means I might extend the rocks to about here or something like that, and then kind of make it a bit more of a gradual slope. But like we could have a river kind of like running down through there, and then it could run underneath the path, kind of dripping through here into like a small lake down here or something like that. Like there's just so much cool stuff we could do with this area, and I'm very excited about that. Anyway, I think I've talked long enough. I'm gonna go get to work on some of my projects, and I will cut back as soon as they're done. All right, guys. Okay, I know we're not in the Ice Age area anymore, but I don't know why, but I've suddenly, well, I had to go back to get resources, which is what I've gone back and gotten now, which was after returning the resources that I used in this project. But I kind of want to just go back and put a bit more work into the trike barn. I forgot to do that, like, overhang. But yeah, it threw in a bit more work into it, and it's looking a lot better now. It really is. The roof actually is finished for the most part, aside from that overhang. I've got a lot of walls kind of up now, so it's looking a lot better now, I think. And yeah, that's actually really nice. Yeah, and I don't know, I don't even know why I decided to build this. It just kind of, I don't know, it was fun. It was just nice to, I guess the main reason I actually went to go work on it, if I completely think about it, is because I haven't been over here. Well, okay, we've been over here, like we've looked at everything, but I haven't worked on anything that isn't the Ice Age Park in like 2 months now, something like that. Almost 2 months, I think, since we started our Ice Age project. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of nice to go work on some of this stuff. I mean, there's plenty of other stuff I need to work on around here. I'd like to go work on some more decorations around the park and kind of get stuff looking a bit nicer. Granted, I mean, I have the whole rebuild plan in my head right now for once we finish the Ice Age area. I mean, well, I say rebuild, it's mostly just shifting some exhibits around, which I guess is a rebuild, but yeah, I mean, we have a lot of plans for the dinosaur park. I don't know, it's kind of nice to just work a bit on that for now. Yeah, I've started noticing there's a lot of things I'd like to kind of fix up a bit, especially the bug house. I think that needs a bit of fixing, but it's mostly just because I feel like I've become a much better builder since I built it. It's like, I don't know, it's funny to me. And that's the problem with having a world for like over a year, is that the longer you use one world, the more you start to realize just how much you've changed in your building style and how well you can build. Mostly just because you keep building and you keep working on projects, and then you're like, I kind of want to fix those old projects up a bit. Anyway, enough of that rambling. I have my materials now, I guess, so I can probably get to work on building this. So I will meet back up with you guys when I've actually gotten some work done on this. I'll catch you guys in just a second. All right, guys, we're back with a bit more progress having been done on the overall area. I'm pretty happy with how this is starting to turn out. I'm getting Dinosaurs exhibit flashbacks with how this is starting to look. Differences, though, unlike the Dinosaurs exhibit, which would probably just go straight there, this exhibit's going to continue on probably to... Oh, wait. Oh, I think I already saw this last time. I just kind of forgot about it. But, oh, wow, Yo, this is actually kind of cool. Maybe we should have put the saber-tooths up here instead. Nah, I'm good with keeping them where they are for now. Maybe if we get more Ice Age creatures, we can move those up here. We'll see. But I think the current Megaloceros exhibit's gonna go to about here. Is that Minecraft? Is that the music in the game? Oh, it is. I don't usually have that on. I'm gonna put my footsteps down a bit as well, because those are really loud for me. But yeah, anyway, so the exhibit's probably gonna cap off somewhere back here, I think. Yeah, so it should cap off back about there. Everything else, though, I think is looking pretty good. Just basically got the beginnings of a fence down, got a bunch of this down. It's actually been quite a while since the last clip, and I don't think it looks like that, funnily enough. And that was mostly because I was testing out a bunch of different texture packs on the world, seeing how they looked and what ones looked interesting and stuff like that, seeing how the world kind of, I don't know, seeing if there's anything better than the texture pack we're currently using, which is Faithful 32 by 32. Yeah, I tested out a bunch. Maybe if I do a live stream on the world, we'll go over some of those. Maybe I'll pick a different texture pack for future episodes. Who knows? But yeah, so I kind of got the basics of the exhibit set up now. I've had some ideas since then. I don't think I mentioned this in the last clip, but I kind of realized this is... I don't think it's at the exact level. Oh, it might actually be right at the same level as that walkway there. So part of me is thinking we could even possibly hook the Ice Age builds up to that area over there at some point. I think that's entirely possible to do, and I'd kind of be interested in doing that. I mean, it would be such a long pathway. I mean, I feel like we'd have to put some sort of big building in, like a hotel or something, to kind of justify that, but I mean, it could be really cool to have a pathway that long. But yeah, I think that's really cool. What else has happened? So we got that done. Worked a bit more on kind of preparing what'll be the stuff we're going to be working on next episode, hopefully, which is the mammoth, which I'm considering we may have to take a in-between episode break for the mammoths to get a beacon almost, because this exhibit's going to be something of... Honestly, it feels like this build is slowly becoming less of an exhibit in my head and more of a complex kind of like the terror birds became. Not, well, I was about to say not quite as grand, but honestly pretty similar in some respects. Also, I kind of want to terraform these mountains a bit at some point. Not now obviously, but at some point make them a bit more interesting to look at, because I don't really think they're that pretty. And I could definitely make them a lot nicer. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna get to work again on just getting some of this stuff done, and I might also try and finish this off, this little thing we started last episode, because if I can finish this off and I can get the fences up and maybe the rocks or whatever we're gonna put at the very back of the exhibit done over there, and stuff like that, I think the exhibit will be, I think this area will be just about ready then to get the Megaloceros in. So I will go work on that, guys, and I'll bring you back as soon as I'm done. And we're back, and I've done a bit more work. So as you can see, the fence is now complete. The pathway should be more complete. Like, everything's just coming together quite well. And yeah, I've been thinking about this since the last bit, and I really am liking the idea of having a pathway over there. I don't know if we'll end up doing it, but the idea is just, ooh, it's really sticking to my head now. Other stuff that's changed since the last clip, I did a bit more work, as you can see, on the dirt pathway here, or the dirt wall? I don't know what to call it, but the new ground level. And I mean, I really should have just brought more dirt with me, but at the same time, I had so many other building materials to bring with me. I kind of forgot, and I kind of want to get this out soon, so I don't know, I decided I'd work on it next episode. But anyway, yeah, I did get a bit more stuff, you can see. Anyway, oh, I also changed the pathways up here a bit. And this is the berry bushes from the, what is it? The Future Versions mod, which I might start putting around in these areas, because I think they look really good. But anyway, yeah. I switched up how the paths are organized here a bit to make a little, I don't know what you'd call this, planter type thing, because I thought it would look cool. And we could put some like trees here or something like that, or some flowers, we'll see. But anyway, I don't think I've done anything else over here, so I guess it's just on to the inside of the exhibit, and I believe I've forgotten to bring a Dinopedia. That's unfortunate. But I did get the rock wall put up. I mean, oh, this was so simple to put together, and hopefully they won't be able to get over that. Yeah, I might take it down eventually, depending on whether or not we end up wanting to do stuff with like do we want to end up, what am I thinking, like bringing more animals over that direction? Then maybe we'll figure something else out, we'll see. Anyway, I don't know how many Megaloceros I want, because I don't really have a good idea of how big they are, so we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4? Is 4 a good number? I don't think we have 4 of many animals, so you know what, 4 is an alright number, and if I want more later, we can always add more. I have a good amount of DNA. But yeah, that should work well. I really should have brought a Dinopedia, but I also know I messed with the speed on these things by accident, and I can't remember how to change it, so we should be pretty good, speed-wise, for these guys being born. That'll be cool. Brand new mammal. Always fun, and one of the penultimate animal, well, oh, we still have the dodos to do. We still have the dodos and the lab dodo to take care of. But other than that, oh, there's one. Wow, you are a big animal. There's number 2. Come on, separate. 3. Wow, they're big. And the llama? The llama? I think the llama had one. Oh. Let's just get you out. You seem a lot smaller than the other 3, which makes me think this one's a female. And that the other 3 are males. I'm not sure though, not sure. But anyway, that's cool. That'll be very cool to have. Very cool to see when they're all grown up. And yeah, I kind of like this. Also, so I want to talk about this real quick. I was having some ideas with foliage, and I don't know, I kind of wanted to see what you guys think of this. So we've got this very much, I guess I'm gonna call it a dense temperate forest. Some of the exhibits over that direction are gonna have the same temperate forest vibe, but it's gonna be, some of them are gonna have far fewer trees. So I guess like the outskirts of a temperate forest, the farther that way we go. Meanwhile, though, I did kind of want the temperate forest to somewhat, I don't know, thin out the farther along we go this way and the colder it's supposed to get. But I was trying to decide whether or not I want to just have no trees up here really and just have trees be very rare, or if I just want to go into spruce trees. So just default Minecraft spruce trees to kind of, and not even the mega ones, just regular ones, to kind of give it that bit more of a winter feel. And I'm really liking that idea because it'll be a noticeable shift in foliage from down there, but it'll also be one that's not super duper drastic since those trees already have a very similar style to regular spruce trees. I think that could work really well. But yeah, I'll have to kind of see. Anyway, I guess next episode, what is the plan here for next episode? So we've got the Megaloceros done. I guess it's probably gonna be starting on the mammoth stuff, isn't it? So we'll need to get the mammoths going, and that is going to be quite the project. Like I keep saying, it's gonna be something crazy. I don't even know how many episodes it's gonna take just to get things like finish. I don't even think in like one episode I could finish like just digging out the stuff I need to do. Cause, and I guess you'll see this when we eventually get there. I mean, we need to dig like all this out, down to like that level about. We need to dig a lot of this down to that level. I need to dig a whole tunnel system and several like larger caves for buildings and stuff like that. Like this mammoth area is gonna be a decent amount of work, and it's gonna be one heck of a project, but it should be very cool when it's finished. Other than that, other things I need to work on are filling in this still, smoothing the pathway into the terrain, getting some of those features I was talking about with like the glacial waterfall going, stuff like that. But I think when that's all done, I think that'll be very cool. But yeah, I think that's all I have for today. So thank you all for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed. Make sure to leave any suggestions for what we should do in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, see ya.